And today's lesson is about English practice. So what do you learn from this lesson? We read, we practice English, we practice sound, we try to know the meaning of words, vocabulary, expressions, and sometimes we also practice listening as well as continuous talking, describing a topic for a few minutes. I believe that these are the proven ways through which we can always develop our English language to the next level. As English learning is a non-stop, everyday process, it should be our aim, it should be our focus, how we can develop and take it to the next level. Okay, and as I'm here, I try to give all kinds of support to all of our learners. Though many of our learners are very advanced, they are amazing, and I believe that as a cooperation, we support and help each other so that we can learn and move forward. Okay, and here I am. I need to check something. Okay, I believe that my subscribers or learners would be joining me soon, so I need to wait. Okay, dear viewers, it's winter here and it's very cold. The temperature has gone down to 2 degrees Celsius at the moment. And we had a little snowfall last night, and I believe that we're going to have more snowfall tonight. If it happens, possibly tomorrow, I'm going to make a live stream from the live snowfall so that you can look. All right. Let's wait one more minute, please. Okay, so here I am again. We're going to kick off our lesson tonight, sharp 8 p.m., which is exactly in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So it's 8 o'clock our local time. So that's our reading part, the gift of the Magi. Okay. And before that, I'd like to share today about the G sound. You can see from this name the gift of the Magi. The G is Ga sound and in gift, but it is G sound in Magi. So we're going to discuss a little bit more when the G should sound like Ga or the G should sound like G or Ja. So letter G has basically three sound: hard G, which is Ga, and the soft G, which is J or Za, both of them. So let us share some of the rules of the G sound. We'll go to soft G. So, and also bear in mind, yes, G is a voiced sound. So what is a voiced sound? Voiced sounds are those sounds when we pronounce those sounds or those letters, we must use the vocal cord of our throat. You can feel it by touching your vocal cord. Let me show you guys. So voiced sound and non-voiced. If it is a voiced sound, it will come through our vocal cord. You can see our vocal cord is inside our throat. If you pronounce J, you'll find our throat vocal cord vibrates. When you're pronouncing any or any sound, if the vocal cord vibrates, we have to understand that is a voice sound. In other case, when the vocal cord doesn't vibrate at all, we call them unvoiced or non-voiced sound. Okay, and we have to remember all the vowel sounds are unvoiced and many consonants are voiced. So let me show you the list which letters are voiced. Okay, these are voiced consonants like B for Bravo, D for Delta, G that we are going to discuss today, J, L, M, N, NG together, R, SZ together, TH. So TH there is voiced and unvoiced though. Voiced those sound through we use the vocal cord, and unvoiced those sound we use the tooth and tongue, like like thank you, three. Okay, then V is voiced on W, voiced on Y, voiced on a Z, voiced. We have to remember Z is the British expression. In American English, it is called Z, Z double E, whereas ZED, Z in the British IPA or British English. So we need to be careful about that. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. When we need to use the soft G, so letter G has three sounds: soft G, DJ or jet, and hard G or Ga, permanent sound. But the third one, Z, is less used in words. So G may sound like Ga, or G may sound like soft G or J or Z, soft Z, and another one is same as Z, but that is very rare cases. All right, so let's move on. We are going to first discuss soft G. If the G is followed by E, I, and Y. So dear viewers, remember that if there is these three vowels are there, we must use the soft G or Ja sound. And also Y sound in English alphabet is sometimes called semi-vowels because Y sounds like I, most of the cases. In very rare cases, it sounds. So look at the G plus I: Magi, magic, magical, margin, origin. Ricky is a name. Jarvis name. Gist, giant, Gibraltar. Gillian Anderson, the famous actress of the X-File. Gerald, another English name. Exception, look, though there is I after G, but we should pronounce like Ga sound girl. Uh, for these reasons, very often I said that English language is a crazy language. Most of the times, follow it follows the rules, but sometimes it doesn't. Okay. I wonder where are my subscribers. I've just sent them a message. Possibly everyone is busy. I was expecting 1, 3, 4, 5 people. I don't know where they are. Anyway, let's move on. So, next one is G plus E. Now, age. Look, this with this age, it's a bit longer sound. If you add many other consonants or vowels, then we can make more words like page, sage, cage, rage, all right, or storage, you see, and magenta, generation, detergent, vengeance, gerund. I'm sure you know what is gerund. It's a grammatical term. Jenny is Jinn, In Arabic we call Jinn, in English it's called Jenny. Gemini, the zodiac sign. Genius, genuine, jam, gel, revenge. And there is another word I suddenly remember. Where is my dictionary? Hang on a moment, please, guys. Let me find a dictionary. That is ingenious. How to spell it again? Ingenious. I have to write it honestly, guys.
Ingenious.
Yes, ingenious. What does ingenious mean, guys? Ingenious, very intelligent, skillful person, or skillfully made or planned, and involving in new ideas or methods, like an ingenious idea. Okay, Jim is so ingenious he can make the most remarkable things. Okay, let me write it. Ingenious. All right, the next category is G plus Y. Remember that these three letters, if these three letters after G, most of the cases, the G is soft G. It sounds like Ja or G. It's more soft, okay? Now, GY, cluster, astrology, Egypt, gym, gymnastics, gymnasium, okay? And look, there are some exceptions as well, like gynecology, though there is Y after G because the G starts at the beginning. When the G is at the beginning, it should sound like Ga most of the cases, okay? So gynecology, phytology, psychology, genealogy. Do you know what is genealogy? Or gender? We already discussed gender in G pattern, but I'm trying to find genealogy. Okay, genealogy. Let me write it. But amazing matter is that in genealogy, first G is soft G, and the last G is soft G too. Genealogy, okay. Genealogy. Dear viewers, whoever is watching, if you see the heart-shaped symbol, just touch it once to support. It doesn't cost you anything, guys. Just touching once. If you're watching from the mobile, the heart-shaped symbol is at the top. If you're watching from the laptop or tablet or any other device, like personal computer, this heart-shaped symbol is at the bottom right-hand corner. Just touch it once. And if the number has gone up, definitely you kept supporting me. Okay. Now, hard G. If the G is followed by any other letter other than E, I, and Y, generally pronounced the hard G. The first one, if you see the singer's name, Gaga, Lady Gaga, Ga and Ga, very famous American singer. I'm sure more or less everyone knows her, Lady Gaga. Okay. Next one is giant. But look, in giant, it is soft G. It is not it is not hard G, okay? So we are removing it from here to this I. Giant. But gigantic. Look, GA. First G is soft G, second G is hard G, so gigantic. Gigantic. What does gigantic mean, guys? I'm sure you know that. It could be something huge. Gigantic, extremely large, like a gigantic statue. The cost has been gigantic. And the synonym is jumbo or vast.
Gargantuan.
There is another amazing word, guys. I'm going to show you. I just find it. Okay. This word, how can you pronounce it? Look at this rule. It should be hard G or Ga. So is it gargantuan or gargantuan? Let's find it in a moment. Okay. So it is
Gargantuan.
it's gargantuan. It has got the similar meaning as gigantic, very large. So gargantuan, gargantuan, not tuan. T is ja sound. Gargantuan. Next one is, I'm sure you know this famous song, Gangnam Style, Open Gangnam Style. Now this one, How should I pronounce it? Is it harbinger or harbinger? Always follow the rules first, guys. So in my understanding, it should be harbinger because after G there is E. And the rule says if there is E sound after G, it should be Ja, not Ga. Harbinger. Let us find out. And what is harbinger, guys?
Harbinger.
Harbinger. Another important matter, GFES, as you might be aware that British English or British phonetics is non-rhotic, which means that we do not pronounce the R sound in many cases. So if the R is at the beginning, we have to pronounce it definitely, but if it is in the middle of the word or the third or the last, generally we do not pronounce it. But we also pronounce R. Remember, two important rules at the beginning of this word, any word, and also if the R is in between two vowel sounds. So what are the vowels like A, E, I, O, U? Okay, this is one of the important and greatest rules for the R sound of British IPR English. So in that case, it should be harbinger. Okay, so harbinger is a person or thing that shows that something is going to happen soon, especially something bad. Like in many countries, the cats mewing or the crows calling, people think that it's a harbinger. It is bringing sad things or bad news. Okay, a harbinger of doom, for example. All right. Do you believe in the symptoms of harbinger? No, I don't. It's an adjective, by the way. I'm sorry, noun. My apology, not adjective. It's a noun. Okay. Next one, look, the Ganges. Ga. Look, G-A, Ga sound, and G is J sound. So the Ganges, the river of India. As I said, Lady Gaga. Go, groom, good. Okay. Then Google, you see, G-O, Ga, and G-L is Ga as well. Google, gazebo, globe, glow, guys. Guy Ritchie. Do you know who is Guy Ritchie? Guy Ritchie is a very famous British producer, movie producer, and uh, the actress or the singer Madonna was married to him. Hey, Dr. Indomias, welcome. No problem. He'll be back. No one is here today, unfortunately. I thought that they would be coming. No one has showed up yet. Hello, Dr. Mesh, welcome.
Hello, teacher.
Hello.
How are you doing, teacher? Hope you're doing great, isn't it?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great as well, teacher. Thank you so much for asking.
Yeah, you came last night and suddenly you were gone. And were
Yeah,
you? Did you go to the hospital again?
yeah, I had to go to the hospital. I got a call from an emergency stuff, so I had to rush down to the hospital within about 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Today, because there was no one, I was just explaining how to sound the G, the words.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you know them,
Right.
most of them. Do you remember the soft G? Hey, Flourish is here.
Oh, Flourish is out here. One student came after all.
Yeah, once you're here, somebody comes after that. That's really good sign. So you're still on call today, right?
Yeah, today I'm on call and yeah, I'm on the way to the hospital.
So you're driving and talking.
Yes, I'm driving and
Yeah,
talking.
please
My
don't
phone
take
is in the
risk. We
middle of
don't want
chat.
you to be in risk for this lesson, okay?
Yeah, I'm just, listening to your say and I'm focusing on the road. So yeah, I don't think so there's any distraction.
All right. Hey, Flourish, welcome.
Hi, Teacher Rahat. Thank you for
Hello.
having me. I've just woke up.
You just
That's
woke up.
why it's only now I've hopped on. Yeah,
That's
teacher.
great.
I sometimes I'm missing.
That's okay. You know, our plan was to read the amazing story, The Gift of the Magi. And because of the name has two G sound, one is G sounds like ga, other G sound like J. So I was explaining why G sounds like sometimes it is ga. Both of you, I'm sure both know that. Briefly remember that ga sound is hard G and G sound is soft G. If after letter G, these sounds are there I and Y, and generally it is soft G. And Y is also called semi-vowel because Y has the I sound in it. And you know that I is the vowel sound. So some of the examples are magi, magic, magical, margin. I'll go quickly because we want to start reading the story. Then age, page, etc. Then astrology, Egypt. Okay. Exception there is gynecology. Dr. Mash knows that, yeah. But uh-oh. Flourish, are you there?
Hello, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Oh, I don't know what
What's the
happened.
question?
I don't know what happened. This screen is gone.
Yeah, me too. It's breaking a while ago. I cannot hear you.
Okay. Can you see the screen? There is one word.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Gargantuan.
Very good. Gargantuan. According to the rule, it is both of them is ga sound because G-A-G-A. Chuan. T sounds like cha. Gargantuan. All right.
Gargle.
Yes.
Gargon.
Yeah. Gargle is also right. Another word. Amazing. Gargle. We gargle hot water very often. Sorry. G-U-R.
Pure plain water.
Yeah. Gargle.
Gargle.
And you know this music, Gangnam Style, open Gangnam Style.
Gangnam style.
Yeah. Now this word, how should you pronounce it?
Gargle. What is it? Harbinger.
Harbinger. Very good. Now the Ganges, go, groom, good, Google, gazette, globe, glow. Guys, okay. These are all gas sounds. But if the G comes at the end of a word, then pronunciation is hard G, general, like pig, mug, wig,
Zigzag.
zigzag, jug. But if the G comes after ing, remember that we do not pronounce anything. Morning, okay? In connected speech, if you remember, flourish, in connected speech, we never pronounce G, okay? But when you pronounce the word individually, like morning, fine, you have to,
Morning.
yeah, G is there. But when you're saying, he's saying good morning to me, in that case, you cannot listen to G anymore because of the, suitability of the sound, okay?
Okay. Thank you,
Look,
teacher.
these are the words rug, bug, fag, fag. In Britain, fag means having a cigarette. It has also got bad meaning, but we also use a cigarette. It's a dialect.
We have fog, F-O-G,
Fog,
fog, fog,
fog, yeah? This one.
fog, fog.
Okay, great. Number 3, sometimes AU follows by G in order to keep from bumping up against I and E. So in that case, we use hard G, like gas. I mean to say, if U is there after G, generally it is also ga sound. Gas. What would be the next one?
Guild,
Biguil.
guild,
Biguil.
big wheel. Yeah.
You know this guest.
Big gas, guild,
Hmm.
big wheel.
Go on.
Guile,
Guilt.
guilt, guilty.
Hmm.
Geyser, mobile.
I don't know why I wrote mobile there.
It's not G.
Okay. Most English words that derive from Greek or another language, it becomes uh, soft G. Okay.
Okay.
Like, but exception. Gynecology. This is exception. It is ga.
Guy.
Yeah.
Gynecology.
But next one is gynecological, gynecomastia. These are all exceptions.
Mm. Guy. Gynecological.
Yeah, gynecological, gynecomastia, gynecologist. Okay, we'll start in 2 more minutes, then we're going to get reading. All right.
Gynecomastia.
Gynecomastia.
Kamastia.
Do you know what does it mean?
Gynecologist. Kamusta?
No, gynecomastia.
Kamusta. Gynecomastia. Nurse teacher.
Okay.
Gynecologist.
Gynecomastia is a symptom when a man has the symptom of females. Okay, that's
Gay?
yeah, that's a kind of disease. Did you get the point?
Come again, teacher. A man who feels like a woman.
When a male has female symptoms like their body structure, that symptom is called gynecomastia.
Some man wants to be like they
Female.
wants to be a female structure. They do something in order to have a female structure. So it's a disease also, teacher?
No, if that is the hormonal imbalance of the male. Okay, it happens very often in the Western countries. Sometimes male can become female, so they have to go on operation, all the procedure. Especially the what should I call it? That's sexual part,
Transgender.
and also they have to take medication and hormonal injections.
Yeah. They sometimes drink medicine.
Take medicine, not the drink. We don't say drink
I
medicine.
think, yeah, take a medicine.
That's right. Especially hormonal or steroid. Okay. Exception to the EIY rule in Hebrew names. Okay.
Hebrew names: Gideon,
Gideon, Gilead. Gilead, actually, not Gilead. Gilead.
Gilead.
Okay, these words are German origin, and we have to say this same as the Germans do, like gift, give, get, guild, Gilbert, Gilda, Scottish name, Gilchrist, a famous cricketer, Gillespie, Gilroy, Gillian Anderson. Okay, so we can practice more a little bit. Let's go on our reading, actually. That was our main focus, though. So thanks.
Where are they?
No one has shown up. They emailed me that they're going to join this lesson, but unfortunately, I don't find anyone. Okay, you are here. Let's move on. So what is the name of the story? Now you have to start from the title.
The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry.
Hang on a second. We just practice. If there is I after G, it should be, look,
Gift,
yeah.
gift,
If the
like
G is
you.
at the beginning, most of the, yeah, this
Gift.
gift is ga. But if it's N and GI, it sounds like ja, not ga. Magi.
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 Yes, it sounds like not Maggie or Magi. Magi.
Magi.
It is a. I'm sure that you know this is. It's a biblical name.
Mhm.
Biblical name or biblical name. And you know this writer O. Henry.
No, teacher.
Go.
Maybe. Yeah, teacher. No, 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 teacher.
O. Henry is an American writer, and this story is about the Christmas gift. Okay, I've given you a clue,
Okay.
so let's read on.
Okay. $1.87. That was all. And 60 cents of it was in
Pen,
pennies. Huh? Pennies?
you know, it's a
Six.
currency. 1 penny, 2 penny in the UK and in the US as well. Would you like to see it? I've got.
Okay.
At my, it's like small coin.
A centavo. Let's see. Dollar. Uh-huh. And 60 cents of it was in pennies. Pennies saved 1 and 2 at the time by bulldozing the grasser, yeah, teacher, and the vegetable man and the butcher until once with chicks born with me, silent imputation of parsimony that such close dealing implied.
Okay, one moment
Three
here.
times,
Bulldozing, grocer. Remember, it is not vegetable, it's vegetable. This E is silent.
yes, vegetable.
Vegetable. And this is not butcher, this is butcher.
Butcher.
You know butcher? What is butcher? The person
Butcher.
who sells meat in their
Ah,
shop, we call them butcher shop. And bulldozing the it's a metaphoric use. It means she has to bargain price.
mm,
And how she saved the money, she's explaining. Okay,
okay, teacher.
go on.
3 times Della counted it. $1.80, and the next day would be Christmas.
Mhm.
There was clearly there was clearly nothing to do but frown on the shabby little coats and haul. So he did it, which instigates the moral reflection. Life is made up of sobs, sniffles, and smiles, with sniffles and predominating.
Okay. What does what do these words mean? Sob, sniffles, and smiles. With sniffles
Sniffles
pre-
like
predominating. That's you've given a good example.
yeah, sniffles and predominating.
And sobs.
Sobs, made up of sobs, sniffles, and smiles, with sniffles predominating.
Okay, and sniffle meaning is the breathe in quickly in such a way that it sounds like you are crying, or you are crying in fear, you're crying for many reasons. Okay,
Ah, tear of joy, crying while when you sniffle, sometimes cry, there's a tear on your eye.
that's right. And what does snob mean? Sob, S-O-B, sob.
Sobs,
Mhm.
sob,
Sob
sob.
means when you're crying silently, like like this, you know. Yes, that is sob. One high five to you, Flourish. Okay,
Oh, great teacher. Okay. While the mistress of the home is gradually subsiding from the first stage to the second. Take a look at the home. I furnished fruit at $8 per week. It didn't exactly beg our description, but it certainly had that word on the lookout for the
Mendicancy.
mendicancy squad.
What does mendicancy mean?
Mendicancy, I have no idea. Look out
Okay.
for the mendicancy.
Mendicancy is noun. It means uh, someone who has no money at all. You see?
Poor.
Yeah. It's another word for poverty. Mendicant, noun. Mendicancy is possibly adjective. Yes. Mendicant means someone who doesn't have the money. So mendicant is the noun as well, adjective.
Ah, doesn't have any money.
Yes, they don't have any money, which means.
Mhm.
Okay. Next.
In the vestibule below was a letter box into which no letter would go, and an electric button from which no mortal finger could coax a ring. Coax
Coax.
a ring.
Coax.
Coax a ring.
Hmm. Okay.
Coax a ring.
So vestibule. What does the vestibule meaning here?
Vestibule below. Is it a noun?
Vestibule is
An
a noun.
item?
Hmm. Remember, in Western countries, they have a small room when they build a staircase where they keep coats and umbrellas and other necessary things to hang it on. Okay, it is called vestibule.
Vestibule.
Vestibule room. Okay, so
Vestibule.
word is uh, in the vestibule below was a letterbox. So beside this, underneath the room, there is a letterbox into which no letter would go, an electric button from which no mortal finger could coax a ring. What does coax mean here?
Finger coax a ring. A hook? Is it a hook?
Coax
A
and
kind
hoax.
of hook.
Okay, coax means to persuade someone gently to do something. So
Oh,
what it means that they could very softly put their finger to get out the letter from the letterbox.
open.
Okay, so that is the indirect meaning. The direct meaning is that when you explain someone to do something, okay, by being kind.
Coax a ring. Is a very phrasal verb? Is it? No.
Coax is an adjective. I'm sorry, it's a verb. My apology. Coax. Okay, would you like to see the meaning?
Coaxing.
Yeah. A coaxing voice. A mother was coaxing her reluctant child into the water. So when that means you are explaining someone to do something, we call that action is coax.
Coax.
Okay, move on.
Okay. Yes. Also. Also. Next. Also appertaining unto was a card bearing the name Mr. James Dillingham Young.
Okay. Also appertaining there. This th is non-voiced, and it should be from your tongue must touch the tooth. There.
There.
There unto was cut, bearing the name Mr. James.
Mr.
Remember,
James
Mr.
Dillingham.
James Dillingham. The H is silent. Dillingham. If you remember,
Oh,
if there is
Dillingham.
H in English name, we do not pronounce it. Like Newham, West Ham.
Mm-hmm.
If it is a noun, we can Newham, West Ham. But most of the cases, Dillingham, okay? Young,
So, the Dillingham. Dillingham. Dillingham.
young.
The Dillingham had been flung to the breeze during a former period of prosperity when its possessor was being paid $30 per week.
Mhm.
Possess.
What does it?
Possessor. When it's possessor, the owner, uh,
Mm-hmm.
when he possess.
When he possessed the job in his best time, he was to be paid $30 for a week. This is a very old story when $30 is a huge amount of money. Okay,
Yeah, per week. Dollar.
$30 only. Next.
Okay. Now, the income was shrunk to $20, though they were thinking seriously of contracting to a modest and unassuming D.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever Mr. James Dillingham came home and his flat above, he was called Jim and greatly hugged by Mrs. James Dillingham, already introduced to you as Della, which is all very good.
Very good. Okay,
Very
then.
okay. Della finished her cry and attended to her cheeks with the powder rag. She stood
R-
by the water.
rag, R-A-G.
Rag,
You know,
rag,
you know what does the powder rag mean?
powder rag.
I think you should know.
Yeah,
Do you,
powder. We use it to our face or even in our at our back.
yeah, rag means a torn piece, of tiny cloth. Sometimes you keep in a box.
Okay. If you have your eyeglass, you can make use of that powder rag
That's right.
for
Powder.
wiping.
Yeah, that is we call a glasses rag. Powder rag is for the powder box or cosmetic box.
Okay, powder rag. She stood by the window and looked out dully at a gray cat walking a gray fence in a gray backyard.
You see how many grays they have used: gray cat, gray fence, gray
Two,
bucket.
three, gray cat and gray fence in a gray backyard.
Hmm.
Hmm. Tomorrow would be Christmas Day, and she had only $1.85.
$1.87. Read it like this.
$1.87 for the months. With this result, $20 a week
You missed
doesn't go far.
one moment. You missed one sentence, one line. $1.87 with
Okay,
which to buy
it's
Jim a present. This line you missed.
only $1.87 with which to buy Jim a present. She had been saving every penny she could for months. With this result, $20 a week doesn't go far. Expenses had been greater than she had calculated. They always are. Only $1.87 to buy a present for Jim. Her Jim, many a happy hour she had spent planning for something nice for him. Something fine and rare and sterling, something just a little bit near to being worthy at the honor of being owned by Jim.
Okay, hard Jim. You know this expression, hard Jim?
Her Jim, her loving Jim.
Yes, beloved person. It's just an expression, metaphoric expression. Hard Jim. You can say my Jim. Say, I mean your beloved person.
My Jim,
Yeah, great. Well done.
my Jim.
Okay. Paragraph.
There was a pear glass. Pear,
Peer
pear,
or
pear,
pyre.
pear.
Pyre or peer.
Mhm. Pear, pear. There was a pier glass between the windows of the room. Perhaps you have seen a pier glass in an $8 per flat. A very thin and very agile.
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 Remember, after G is I, it is ja sound. Agile.
G-I.
Agile.
A very thin and very agile person by observing his reflection in a rapid sequence of longitudinal strips,
Long,
obtain a
longitudinal
longitudinal
strips.
obtain a fairly accurate conception of his looks. Della, being slender, had mastered the art.
Okay. Uh,
Mhm.
any new word from this paragraph? Agile, maybe?
Agile, very agile person.
Guess. Read the sentence again. You can guess the meaning.
A very thin and very agile person may, by observing his reflection in a rapid sequence of
So agile means when
longitudinal strips.
somebody can move their hand uh, or body quickly and easily. Like, oh, this is an agile boy who is walking faster. Or I can say, Flourish is an agile girl who can move faster. Okay,
Mhm. Very,
it's an adjective.
very active person.
Active, and also it
Very
means when you can move easily,
hyper.
quickly. Not in hyper in a negative way, but in a positive way. Well done. Move on.
Sure. Yes, teacher. Uh,
I think this line.
Della, being slender, had mastered the art.
Mhm.
Suddenly, she whirled from the window and stood before the glass. Her eyes were shining brilliantly, but her face had lost its color within 20 seconds. Rapidly, she pulled down her hair and let it fall to its full length.
Mhm. So well down, well from. What does it mean? Any guess?
Whirled,
W
turning,
W silent. Yeah, turning quickly. It is whirl. Yeah, not whirl. Remember, H is
whirled,
silent.
whirled.
In British English, it is whirl, but in American English, whirl. Whirl. Okay. H is silent in both cases.
Whirled.
Yeah, move suddenly. Turn
So,
around in circle like this.
yeah, yeah.
From the window
Mhm.
mirror. Okay. Well done. Next one.
Now there were two possessions of the James Dillingham Youngs in which they both took a mighty pride. One was Jim's gold watch that had been his father's and his grandfather's. The other was Della's hair. Had the Queen of Sheba lived in the flat across the air shaft, Della would have let her hair hang out the window some day to dry just to depreciate Her Majesty's jewels and gifts.
Jules. Okay. Queen
Jewels.
of Sheba is that during those days, Queen of Sheba is the most beautiful queen, I think, in Roman Empire times. Okay.
Mhm.
It's just a metaphoric or an example how she was comparing her lovely, shiny hair with the hair of Queen of Sheba. Okay. And the dry to depreciate means to dry by the sunshine. Her Majesty's jewels and gifts. We see Queen, King Solomon's Queen of Sheba. Next line, please.
Jewels. And had King Solomon been the janitor, with all his treasures piled up in the basement, Jim would have pulled out his watch every time he passed, just to see him pluck at his bird from envy. Mm.
Okay, what does this mean? The last few words seem pluck.
Pluck.
at his beard from envy.
envy. His finger plucking it's in his bird, like the as he is touching his bird,
Yeah, he's touching
and
his beard with his fingers and he's
and
watching the time from his watch.
yeah.
Very good. Next one.
So now Della's beautiful hair fell about her, rippling and shining like a cascade of brown waters.
You know this cascade of brown waters? Like a spring. It falls like
Yeah.
slowly, slowly. Okay?
Okay. It reached below her knee and made itself almost garment to her, for her. And then she did up again nervously and quickly. Once she faltered. Once she
Faltered. Yeah.
faltered.
Faltered means hesitate.
Uh,
Hesitant. Hesitated.
hesitated. Once she faltered for a minute and stood still while a tear or two splashed on the worn red carpet.
You know the meaning of splash? Tear up
Splash.
splash?
Splashed as if sprinkled or
Yep.
psh,
Mm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, on went her old brown jacket. On went her old brown hat.
Go on.
Uh,
Uh,
skirts.
sorry. Sorry. I just moved quickly. On went her old brown jacket. On went her old brown hat. With will of skirts. With the brilliant sparkle. Yeah, go on, please.
Yeah, with a brilliant
Sparkle.
sparkle still in her eyes. She fluttered out the door and down the stairs to the street.
Okay.
Fir-
Fluttered out. Phrasal verbs.
flutter, she fluttered out.
What does it mean here?
Went
Flut.
out. Um, went out.
Kind
Sprung.
of to make quick move.
Move and closed the door very quickly.
Yeah. Like bang the door
Ah,
and fluttered out the door and went to downstairs. Went downstairs, sorry, not to downstairs.
she was rushing to get out.
Right.
Where she stopped, the sign read, Sophronie, hair goods of all kinds. One flight up, Della ran and collected herself, panting. Madame Lard's two white chili hardly looked the Sophronie,
Hmm.
Sophronie,
The name
Sophronie.
is the
That's a
name of the
name.
shop, yeah?
Look, Sophronie.
Hmm.
Will you buy my hair? Asked Della. I buy hair, said Madame. Take take your hat off and let's have a sight at the looks at it. At the looks of it.
Hmm.
Down rippled the brown cascade. $20, said Madame, lifting the mask with a practiced hand. Give it to me quick, said Della. Oh, and the next 2 hours trip by on rosy wings. Forget the harsh metaphor. Mhm.
Rosy.
Rosy.
Yeah,
Rosy
it's a
wings.
bit longer sound. Rosy wings, eh? Rosy. Rose is a short sound,
Rosy.
but why is that rosy wings?
By on rosy wings. What
Hmm.
is rosy?
Go on.
Ah, I see. Forget the harsh metaphor. She
Hast.
was
D. If there is D,
has
once again, Flori, if there is D at the end of
yeah,
the word, you must pronounce it hast.
has
This D sounds D. If you have noticed, hast. Hast metaphor.
has has metaphor.
Hmm.
She was ransacking the stores
Stores.
for Jim's present. Jim's present.
James present. Yeah. You know the ransacking. She's looking for everything. one by one.
Mhm.
We call it
Mhm.
ransack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
She found it at the last. It surely had been made for Jim and no one else. There was no other like it in any of the stores, and she had turned all of them inside out. It was a platinum fob chain, simple and chaste in design, properly proclaiming its value by substance alone and not by meretricious ornamentation, as
Mm-hmm.
all good things should do.
You know the meretricious ornamentation is another metaphor like valuable ornament.
Valuable ornament.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
Okay. It was even worthy of the watch. As soon as she saw it, she knew that it must be Jim's.
Jim's.
It's
Jim's.
Jim's.
Fully
Yeah,
stop
yeah,
or period.
yeah.
You must stop it
Jim's.
for a second. Jim's. It was
Jim's.
like him.
Yeah, it's for Jim. Okay. It was like him. Quietness and value. The description applied to both. $21 they took from her for it, and she hurried home with the 87 cents. With that chain on his watch, Jim might be properly anxious about the time in any company.
Mm-hmm.
Grand as the watch was, he sometimes looked at it on the sky on account of the old teacher's strap that he used in place of a chain.
On the sly. Old leather.
Oh, on the sly. Look it at on the sly.
We've
Mhm.
got less than 2 minutes. Okay. Shall you stop it here
Sure.
or
It's up. The class will end.
yeah? So in 1 minute. So
Oh, and thank you
yes.
so much, teacher,
Now
for
these warnings are really good. It comes for 5 minutes and 1 minute, so that we can know both together when it's going to finish. Anyway, it's an amazing story. If you send me your email address, Flourish, I'm going to send the whole PDF so that you can have a look and underline the new words. Maybe we can discuss next lesson or next class. Okay.
yes, teacher. Thank you so much, teacher, for giving me this chance to. I will
No
send the email.
problem. No problem at all. Now it is your opportunity. There is no one, so that you could read it a lot. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. And remember that whatever you learn from any teacher, make sure you practice it and make more sentences. And if you have got any questions, we are here. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much,
I'll see you later.
teacher. See you later again.
Take
Thank you,
care.
everyone.
Bye.
Take care, teacher.